game night. I hope you guys are having a great night. You know how you get my room steak on? All you gotta do is say fa. Isn't it beautiful? It's like, oh, it's time. It's game time. Happy Turdos. Oh yeah, we are getting ready for the game. We're gonna be looking into a little bit. If you like the Elder Scrolls candle, or the Elder Scrolls known as the Elder Scrolls calendar, go into Elder Scrolls Wiki. Get that over to where you can get yourself a copy of the calendar, and you can start learning the Elder Scrolls days of the week, as it is currently Turdos. That's a great thing. Back when we were starting up DOS in 1981, we were looking at, well, what word will work for us? You know what word will work for people? Turdos came into formation. It's a great thing. If you've gotten the flame, gotten the cold flame wolf. You know why? You know how the cold flame wolf came to be? Because the wolf ate a bunch of nut cake. Hopefully you guys are having a really good game night, as we're going to be looking into quite possibly building up on over in Morsel, over in the future Elder Scrolls 6. So hopefully that will be available. Going to be looking into that here in a little bit. Trying to look for an inn to get into Sllocsredle. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go off of the screen, get your calendar, make sure you have Turdos marked down, and we'll get started in the game. Hope you guys are having a good game night. Stay tuned. I know. Fanuit hen. Well, you guys are getting ready for the game. The upcoming game that's coming in here really quick, as hopefully the hopeful Lorsal rune will be exposed in Elder Scrolls 6. You know, have you ever thought about like eating dinner? Moon biscuits sounds really good. And the only place you can get moon biscuits is in Elder Scrolls. You can't put hen in with biscuits and gravy. You gotta have the certain types of things for moon biscuits. That's really good thing. As we're going into the version 9.5.1 in the pre-template of 9.3.5 in the patch notes. That's a great thing. Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online version 9.3.5. You're like, how do we get to 10.0.1? Well, you gotta look at the number 9. Remember the number 9 rule? And our first DLC for 2024. Not so fast, Scions of Italia. You know, Maharum, Stagon, and Molag Bal are probably hanging out with each other saying, I want my moon biscuits. This DLC features 2 challenging new 4-player PvE dungeons. Have you ever thought about that? The 2 players are Molag Bal and Mahum's Dagon. Like, who are we going to play? Who are we going to play? But the invisible players are in. And take back the moon biscuits. With Oathsworn Pit is a training ground for Malakath's chosen, and the god of curses demands you enact revenge on behalf of the fallen. In Bedlamville, located within the demi-plane of Maelstrom, you'll find the cultists have invaded. Probably trying to invade those moon biscuits, you know? And it's up to you to defend this ancient vault of biscuits and the mysterious relic it protects. Completing these dungeons gives you the chance of obtaining a number of new item sets, collectibles, achievements, and more. As part of the free base game update, we've added 3 new PvP item sets that are earned from rewards of the worthy, in addition to a new antiquity. That's going to be interesting when that's revealed. We've also unified geared repair kit to aid in inventory load. And siege equipment will also now stack. Undaunted key rewards have also been increased, and we've also updated graphics settings, presets, and the minimum specs for the game. We hope you enjoy this year's first DLC, which is approximately 2.2 gigabytes in size and increasing every day invisibly, where you don't even notice the table of contents, new features, updates, big changes. Scions of Italia DLC game pack 2 new dungeons, new item sets, achievements, and titles. Update 41 base game. Unified repair kits, stackable siege weaponry, new rewards for the worthy, new antiquities, new collectibles, increased undaunted key rewards, tutorial updates, new furnishings, new container icons, UI font rendering, mean spec update, updates to graphics settings, presets, combat, and gameplay, moon biscuits, combat, and abilities, itemization, and item sets, companions that I'm sure that would love to have some moon biscuits. So those of you that came over from Aberdeen over into Hoquiam, you're gonna have to get ready for the moon biscuits. You know, I would like some moon biscuits, and Do moon biscuits, after eating moon biscuits, does a frost astronaut cake sound pretty good? Does a slice of cake sound good? That sounds good to me. And finding those companions in the next chapter, that's going to be sweet to see. With fixes and improvements, chapters and DLC's base game, with new features, updates, big changes, DLC game pack, 2 new dungeons, Oathsworn Pit for centuries. The secluded retreat of Oathsworn Pit has been a proving ground for followers of Malakath, honing their martial skills in the shadow of the Daedric Prince. A band of wood elves calling themselves the Recollection have recently arrived with an ultimatum. Join their army or die. Bending the knee to these usurpers would draw shame in the eyes of Malakath, and battle commenced. Now the lodges of the pit stand against the Recollection to free themselves from the shackle of servitude, but do the wood elves have another motive? Yeah, they're probably looking for some moon biscuits. They're like, hey, Malakath buddies, Mount buddies right over there, can you add a couple extra boxes of moon biscuits for Mount Buddy over there? I'm sure Mount Buddy would like some moon biscuits. In Bedlam Vale, the workshop of Fa Nuit Hen, Bedlam Vale has been invaded by a mysterious force calling themselves the Blind Path, and led by an imposing Daedra known as the Blind. Her forces have seized control of the workshop, searching for an artifact of great importance, the Echo Mirror. Fa Nuit Hen. Ever delighted by surprises and tests, is amused by this intrusion, and could he remember what the Echo Mirror was or where it was? He would undoubtedly seal it away. One thing is for certain, the artifact must not fall into the hands of the Blind and her forces. Go Ekner! Go Ekner! Go Ekner! Go Ekner! Go Ekner! Have you got the Abner Tharn talking statue yet? If you haven't gotten the Abner Tharn talking statue yet, you should really look into the Cold Flame Wolf. That will be some sweet stuff. Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale are 4-player dungeons which can be reached via the Riach and Hrothgar, respectively. Oathsworn Pit's entrance is in the northern section of the Riach. The entrance is north of the Druidoc Mountains Wayshrine. Bedlam Vale's entrance is located in western Hrothgar, north of the Siege Road Wayshrine. Both dungeons inside a normal version, in addition to a veteran version. Each dungeon features challenging hard modes for each of their 3 boss encounters. You guys going over into Deathmatch is definitely going to increase your scroll experience and beating those 3 boss encounters that you might encounter in-game. There are unique item sets, including 2 new Undaunted Monster Mask sets. Only available within the dungeons, unique achievement rewards are available for completing the dungeons, including the following. Unique skin, the blood marks of Malakath are available for those who complete both Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale on at least veteran difficulty and trigger the achievement Scions of Athelia Delver. 2 unique mementos, the Malakath Helm Haunt and Echo Near Examination mementos, are available for who complete Oathsworn Pit and Bedlam Vale, respectively, on at least veteran difficulty. Unique die, Artifact Hunter Amber is available for those who complete the Retribution Takes Time achievement. Several titles, unique housing items, new item sets. We have added several new item sets and monster masks to acquire from the Silence of Athelia dungeons. Bedlam Vale, light armor, blind path induction 2 adds 1096 maximum magicka. 3 adds 4% healing gun. 4 adds 1096 maximum magicka. 5 And there we go. We got our 5 here. Now we're looking for a 1. Increase the strength of your damage shields by 13. Now you might say that that's a 1, but that's a 13. And so we're increasing by 13% to targets 15 meters or closer to you. Increase your healing done by 13% to targets more than 15 meters away from you. Medium armor. Tarnished Nightmare. 2 adds 657 critical chance. 3 adds 657 critical chance. 4 adds 657 critical chance. 5. When you deal critical damage to an enemy, glass shards burst 8 meters around them, dealing physical damage to enemies in the burst and applying the Sundered status effect, which I'll go over that here in a little bit. Dealing additional physical damage and applying minor breach for 4 seconds, reducing the target's physical and spill resistance by 2974. This effect can occur once every 8 seconds, and the damage scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage, like stale bread. So we're looking into the Sundered status effect. It's kind of like a motion, like you see in my arm move. It's the Sundered status effect. It's a beautiful movement while you're seeing in the game. It's absolutely mind blowing. Great. Heavy armor, reflected fury. 2 adds 1206 maximum health. 3 adds 1206 maximum health. 4 adds 1096 maximum stamina. 5. When you taunt an enemy, gain a stack of broken shards for 5 seconds, up to 5 stacks max. You can only gain 1 stack every 1. And that's where we stop with the presentation of 9.5.1. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game night, as we have a version coming in here to where we're going to complete update 42 and to where we're ready when the game is released in this upcoming month of June. Hopefully you guys are really prepared for the next chapter. This is going to be some sweet stuff coming in here. I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying your game night. Have some moon biscuits. Stay tuned. Let's get ready and see if Lorsel's in there. Tamriel to Moon Biscuit. 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 Do you have your end gauge yet? This is a momentous. 2 mementos are being given somewhere in the next chapter, and it is for you, up to you players, to find the mementos in the end gauge. Okay, in here, really quick, looking at the different places that look like the place that I was looking at last night. I thought it was Lorsal, but it looks like this is quite possibly Angavar is the actual rune that I was looking at. Maybe I was a little confused on whether it was called Lorsal. Don't remember really too much about looking at that yesterday, or last night. So we have here, looking in here, what we have, if these things, if whether they cost money or they don't cost money. Right here, as you can see, it looks like this Khajiit will follow follower marriage mod, an XP1. Looks like that is a free mod, whereas the verified creators place, such as the Best of Games Studios, there are some. These will show you that these cost money, whether it's 400 creation engine points, um, or whether it's 100 creation engine points. See here. Let's look at this really quick. So that shows here with the alternative armors with Daedric Mail is 100 creation engine points. We're looking over in Angavar. Where is that kind of sticks out as the possible place. This will be a really good place. Looking also here over Fort Highborn is a really good looking keep, just like Fort Dawnguard. This looks like almost a replica of the the textures and the models used for Fort Dawnguard in the 5th version. So it looks like Fort Highborn adds Fort Highborn to the map of Skyrim. This is a Thalmor location. To get access, you have to do a favor for Ondalamar in Understone Keep in Markarth. This is something that is worthwhile looking into, and what we have to look into is we have to look into the border of Skyrim and Cyrodiil to where we can create a different world inside. I've been speaking to more of the Discord people. Haven't got a clear water picture of what's going on. All you guys in Elder Scrolls are enjoying tonight's game as we are gearing towards getting Elder Scrolls 6 out. This is just going to take some time because I don't see some things that I've seen in the other system that I work with. Let's see here. And so Angavar, I'm hoping will this Angavar Haim. Let's see here. Angavar Haim. An Eyelid Home by Gemini_Void. So, let's see here again. Remember that name, Gemini_Void. Now we're going to look down and see if this is the same thing. This just looks different from the one above. So you kind of see what I'm saying. Angavar Haim, an eyelid home. Now this does say the same thing. So keep that in mind. This is by Gemini_Void, and Angavar Haim, an eyelid home. Angavard Haim, an eyelid home. Angavar Haim, an eyelid home. Trying to go up there as possible. It's this one, I think. Angavar Haim, An eyelid home. This is looks like this is the one. So, what do you guys think? Is this the path that's going to build Elder Scrolls 6 from Skyrim into Cyrodiil? This is some great stuff. Where are we going to create the pathway through the mountains? Is it going to go? Is there going to be a path up through the hills, or is it going to be a tunnel in a cave going over to places like Fort um, Fort Dragonclaw? That would be a sweet tunnel into Cyrodiil. Looking over here, it shows here with Angavar, nestled deep within the Gerald Mountains, on the border of Skyrim and Cyrodiil, rests an ancient island structure, Angavar Heim, or Winter Home in the Tongue of Man. So this kind of has a relation to Winterfrost, as you can see the name Winter Home. Once the winter retreat belonging to an esteemed island king, now long abandoned, yet the ancient halls of this secluded palace remain mysteriously intact, preserved by some ancient magic. This player home features a small custom world space. Originally, this was going to just be a small home ready to go alongside the eyelid armors I had made, but it turned into something a bit bigger than the original concept. To find the home on your map, look towards Falkreath. It will be a little ways west of there. You can fast travel directly into the new world space. What this home offers are a Hearthfire compatibility with the multiple adoptions mod, featuring 2 children's beds. So, are we going to have to download the multiple adoptions mod? That's the question. When these types of things are downloaded, what's connected to the mod? So, see here, as well as the ability to swap out the children's room for follower space, should you not have a family. Library with enough space for hundreds of books. Well, that's pretty sweet. Armor with several mannequins and tons of weapon racks. A hidden chamber in the armory with displays for all the uniques, such as Daedric artifacts, Elder Scrolls, and more, as well as the course or the cause CC displays. Let's see, there's a botanical garden with lots of planters, sizable bathhouse, unique crafting stations, optional add-on for a follower bedroom, accessible through the Great Welkin Stone in the player's bedroom. The Great Welkin Stone. The chamber it adds gives an extra hallway to the crafting room. All this and more can be found within this home. The house itself is completely free, but will be locked upon arrival. The key is located next to a skeleton. Follow the banks of the pond to the left side of the palace, if facing the door. The skeleton is lodged in the snow at the very end beneath a tree. This was quite an endeavor to make and became much more than what was intended. There may be some seams in a couple walls, and if that is the case, let me know, and I will fix any issues discovered. I do not traditionally play, but have spent quite a while testing this to the best of my abilities. So far, the only real issue I've discovered is the nav mesh can be a little funky sometimes. I'll remedy this in a future update. If you enjoyed this, please consider following me on my Patreon. I post tons of stuff there, such as modding tutorials and projects I have for both Skyrim and Fallout 4. And as you can see, the link for Gemini Void's modding of what they've done. This is a great thing. Hopefully, this is a connection. I'm about to download this. What I'm going to do before I download this, we're going to go check out over in Fall Creek. We're going to leave the campsite over near the border between Skyrim and Cyrodiil, over and outside of Riften. We're going to go over near Fall Creek, and we're going to check out and see quite possibly where this is as the over near the possible location here of Ungvar, over near Falkreath, where the little border is. Now that's the question whether this is over near the actual the border of what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking that this is more in the not in the like the seasonal autumn type of weather in the game, but in the winter type of place. When you go over to the border over in Fall Creek, which you'll see soon, you won't see the snow like of what may have been thought of going over near the border at one time. And so it looks like here when you look straight at the border between Skyrim and Cyrodiil, you're going to want to look to the right. This is what this looks like where Ungvar actually is when you go near the border. And I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get into the game here a little bit. I'm not going to download the mod just yet. I want to actually take a bird's eye view of what this might quite possibly look like before we actually get involved with getting the home actually in the game. So follow along, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go off of the screen and start preparing a little bit for the game. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the game night, and it looks like Ongavar is the pretty key into getting into Cyrodiil. That is the hope. So what I'm going to do here, hopefully you guys are enjoying your game night and getting ready for Elder Scrolls 6 as this is first being born before our very own eyes. Just got back here and I'm taking my time here right now for the purpose to kind of explain to you guys what's going on with this. When we do download this, there is going to be some cost in building the home. I'll just explain. Just because we can download doesn't mean we we don't have to pay. You get what I'm saying? Just because we download, we still have to pay for these types of things. What this looks like is the some of the models in the Forgotten Vale have been adapted over here in between Skyrim and Cyrodiil. This is looks like the key for us moving forward in Cyrodiil, in the Ural Mountains. Right in here, we cannot take for granted what in the graphics inside of the game, because this is a transition of going over into the 6th version. Do you guys kind of see what I'm saying? You can't just download. And if you have downloaded this home, it's an obligation to pay in certain places, or a place that's suggested to pay for. So we're going to go over a little bit further into the Creation 2 engine right here, of where you can buy things. Because if you've already downloaded Ongavar, it's a good time to look at what quite possibly Ongavar costs. So I'm going to look into the cost. This is just a ballpark figure of how much the actual home actually costs. So I'm going to look in here into the different homes here. I can't remember how much Winterfrost actually cost. See here. Also, so looking here. So this isn't really saying the cost on that. Look at possible, some of the possible houses that are for what available price. I think the houses are for about 400 creation engine points. So that's just the assumption. I don't see that yet, though. There we go. So we have a suggested 400 creation engine points. As you can see, Gallows Hall is for 400 creation engine points. So what we're going to want to look for getting Ongavar, we're going to want to put in 400 creation engine points into the system. You see what I'm saying? I don't remember how much the actual cost of how much it's most likely under $10 of what I remember for. I think 1,000 creation engine points is about $10 if I remember right. So don't take that just yet of what I just said. But what I'm explaining is it's most likely under $10 of what we're going to have to spend. You see, kind of see what I'm saying? We're going to have to spend at least 400 creation engine points for Angavar. You see what I'm saying? Like this is some awesome stuff. So you can get some stuff from the verified creators place, such as an adventurer's backpack. That's like a substitute for putting money into Angavar. Or you can get an ordinary anti-mage for 400 creation engine points. Or you can get some alternative armors, Daedric Mill, for 100 creation engine points. That leaves you at 300 creation points in which you have to look into, such as maybe getting more armors for your characters or whatnot, such as dragon plate. This is going to be some sweet things. And if you haven't got the camping creation engine mod, this is the time you're going to want to get the camping mod. It's so fun, and I'm not sure exactly like how I've heard this. I've just overheard this. So there's very few people I assume that this is happening to. Some people are saying they can't get the camping mod. The assumption is that somehow they deleted the actual Creation Club camping. You see what I'm saying? They deleted the actual camping mod where they don't have it in there anymore. That's when people look at it like, yeah, we're not gonna put that back in because how did you get in there anyway? Does that make sense? The thing that was going on that I was looking at yesterday with Sky Oblivion is there was a copyright breach. And so what I'm talking about right there, that kind of solves the puzzle on if they don't have a mod that is a regular mod in every single different console, if they don't have a mod that everybody else has a mod, then that's an indication that somehow they went into the internal computers and they deleted a place like Gallows Hall or Nick's Hound or Tundra Homestead. It could have been a multiple copyright breach within the game. I don't know exactly what had happened, but that's just the written writing. So I don't know how that's going to be solved, but I do know in here this is what this looks like of what had actually happened from the copyright breach. So hopefully you guys are learning a lot about getting involved with the game. This is some sweet stuff. I absolutely love the game, and hopefully you do too. We're getting further in. What I'm going to do here in a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download Ongavar and see what that actually looks like. I wanted originally just to go and just kind of wander around in near Falkreath. However, that's going to do us no good when we're thinking of getting to Ongavar. Do you see the mindset of what I'm talking about? If I go in there and someone else has downloaded the version, they're going to be like, "Hey, this is what this looks like." Like, yeah, we do want to get in there. We do want to get in there. But if on the flip side, if I download Ongavar and then somebody goes in and they haven't downloaded Ongavar, they're going to go into the game. They're like, "That's not there." And then what we have to say, well, you haven't downloaded the add-on, and then that's where we get the game beginning to be completed. That's a great thing. Getting involved and getting ready for the sixth version here in Elder Scrolls. I'm very excited about the next chapter of Gold Road, and hopefully you guys are too. I'm going to take a quick break. Hopefully you're enjoying the game night out here in Hoquiam. This is some great stuff. Hopefully we'll get the game night all commenced here very shortly. Alrighty, we're about to end the game night here, and this will be a scene if we're gonna get into a place. This is gonna be some really fun stuff. Gonna look in here into Raven Castle version 3.1. So it looks like over here version V3 point or version 3.1. Let's see here. Is this Raven Castle is a large player castle home for vampire characters with a cathedral and a cemetery. I kind of have an idea of where this actually is, right near Bloodlit Throne, over in the area of near Valkyrie. So this is probably where the place is kind of located, as we kind of thought this was going to be Angkor. So I'm going to go ahead here and see if this is downloadable. Hopefully it is. And it looks like Raven Castle is in. This is going to be some sweet stuff. See what this looks like here. So the showing here, all credit goes to Serena for the creation of Raven Castle. Link there next to the original for you guys to look in nexusmods.com/skyrim/mods/59231/. So there's all sorts of information for us to go off of. So this is really good stuff. Looks like the stuff here that shows from the information from the person who had ported the information over here into the game. Some of this stuff was made off of the Dragonborn DLC. This is gonna be some great stuff. So what we're gonna have to look at is we're gonna have to look at where we can put in 400 creation engine points. You kind of see the purpose of what I'm talking about, where we want to put in money to where everybody can win. Hopefully that's more understandable. We got Raven Castle. I'm gonna look into that here a little bit later on. I'm not gonna play over near where the castle is just yet, because we'll give us some time. This will give us time all night, and I'm sure the guys that had developed specifically Raven Castle are getting all excited and jumping up and down. Hopefully, this will lead us over into Cyrodiil. That's the hope and the purpose of presenting this here with Raven Castle in here for the future Elder Scrolls 6, as we're just in beta form right now for the game. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your game night. I'm gonna go off here. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of the night. And if you have nothing better to do, come over to me, bring me some cake over here for the enjoyable game night that has gone on. You guys have a good rest of the night. Emerald's a moon biscuit. Emerald's a moon biscuit. Emerald's a moon biscuit.